Hey guys, and welcome to the last Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War video. In this video, we are going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone transition into Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I'm actually surprised a lot of big YouTubers and streamers or whatever haven't really talked about this much. I'm actually really excited for this, and honestly, if we don't see a transition for Black Ops Cold War from Modern Warfare, I'm going to be so disappointed because Modern Warfare is not that great of a Call of Duty. Probably one of the worst Call of Duties out there. They just had a really good overall battle royale that a lot of people went to, and I will admit I did play the Warzone for the first couple seasons, but when they weren't listening to the community, and it took them another 3 seasons to actually listen to the community, for me it was already too late. But for other people, in big tournaments and stuff, I mean, people have to grind it out. But for me, I wasn't invited, so I don't want to play it. But as a whole, for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War beta, we got to look at. I did 4 videos, part 1 through 4, of weapons, score streak, skill-based matchmaking, perks, 6v6 modes, plus the maps, and then special game modes like Dirty Bomb, 12v12, and VIP Escort. And with Dirty Bomb, we kind of got to look at. It was more, I think, of a trial run for, Black Ops Cold War to see how they are. And I don't know if the whole Dirty Bomb map is part of Warzone or is going to be part of Warzone, but I think it was kind of to look at what they're going to do when they start to transition Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War into Warzone. But before we get into it, guys, let's roll the intro.
The darkest night is always seen. Wait on and on, and we're face to face. I've heard about you, you know about me. Already enough not to.
Okay, and obviously the first topic on my list, and it won't, it's not a surprise to anybody watching this video, anti-cheat. Activision needs to put some sort of anti-cheat into Warzone, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, whatever company. They need to do something because a lot of big streamers are getting screwed out of these tournaments. I'm getting screwed when a few games here and there, just dropping 30 plus kills and then die from a hacker. They are just taking over Warzone, and it's to the point to where Call of Duty Modern Warfare's life is almost over because Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has 3 weeks left and then it's out. And some people are playing in 200k tournaments and there's no anti-cheat. Nothing at all. Nothing that you have to download before you download Warzone. So I think Activision really needs to get an anti-cheat, especially for this year, for Call of Duty. I honestly have some high hopes for Black Ops Cold War. Like I said, in the beta as a whole was a 7.6 for me out of 10. I had fun. Me personally, I never ran into a cheater, mostly because I probably wasn't dropping 50 plus kills a game. And this probably was the most sweatiest beta for Call of Duty I ever played. So I'm not shocked that some people actually got put into, with skill-based matchmaking, got put into lobbies with some hackers. But honestly, if they're only getting 50 plus kills a game, those hackers really need to step up their game. So I'm just going to end it right there on that point. Some form of anti-cheat. We need it. That's all this community wants for Christmas from Activision. And I did tweet that out, guys. I did tweet that out. Hasn't really gotten a lot of likes on it. Mostly because I'm not big. I mean, I'm personally big, but my Twitter. Okay, the second point on this list, the maps and vehicles. Now, I'm doing this video because we actually have 2 battle royales to talk about. Treyarch did Blackout and Black Ops 4, and Infinity Ward, obviously, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Warzone. Definitely Warzone was a lot bigger and popular than Blackout, mostly because I think when it comes to Infinity Ward, people are excited to play another Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 game, but as you guys can see, we're not getting those. So I will say Black Ops, as a whole, I enjoyed Black Ops. There's definitely some map designs that I honestly didn't care about. I love the way that in Black Ops there wasn't high buildings like in Modern Warfare. That's honestly what threw me off for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone, is the simple fact that I have to look 1,000 feet up in the air to kill somebody, parachuting off a roof or whatever. I'm okay with the parachuting, but when it comes to building size, I think Blackout did a lot better. I think Blackout actually could have added a few higher buildings, like a little more buildings, I think, to Blackout. But I think Modern Warfare kind of overdid it with the buildings. So that's just my take on it. And I think if Black Ops Cold War Warzone is going to be successful, they need to look at Quarry. Quarry is a ground war map and probably one of the more fun ground war maps to play in Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer. And plus with Warzone, Quarry is probably one of my favorite places to drop because the buildings aren't huge, like they're big, but they're all kind of connected. And on top of that, you have a dom in the far back by the rocks. That it obviously is a high building, but it isn't a skyscraper like in downtown of Warzone or the hospital. Hospital might be the same size, but I don't think it is the same size. So hopefully with the map, Treyarch, I think with Call of Duty Black Ops also, obviously the building sizes were fine, but the one thing that Blackout did wrong, obviously transportation. They didn't add vehicles till heist, and respawns, which I think brought a lot of attention back into the game. That's really where I was the most excited in Blackout as far as playing it. But with Blackout, there was the areas like between the big name areas like estates to train station and all that, there was just nothing there for cover. And I think that's where kind of Modern Warfare did a little bit better job with adding some additional cover throughout the map. That way you're not just getting gunned down because you're in the middle of the open. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some spots where it was completely in the open, but usually you had to run over a hill and look down it to kill some form of a team. So there was some points of views that just couldn't completely make it so you could shred an enemy team from a distance. So I think obviously Modern Warfare did a better job than Blackout. On to point 2, loadouts. Call of Duty Modern Warfare added this whole buy system to Blackout, or to Warzone, not Blackout, sorry. Where they added a money system where you could buy, kill streaks, plates, ammo boxes, and armor boxes. Like you could buy a few things from the store, and then for $10,000 you could buy a loadout, which dropped this crate, and each of your team members could go up to it and select a class that they made with either 2 guns or obviously 2 guns, but either 2 primaries, 1 primary, 1 secondary, 3 perks, and then a tactical and lethal. And overall it wasn't a bad thing, but where I think Modern Warfare really messed up as far as the aspect for being able to select the loadout that you want, they didn't do any balancing to any guns. Like the Bruin was a milk machine for like a month and a half before they fixed it, and then the 357 was overpowered, and the dual wields could shoot from a distance, and the MP5 was really strong. MP7 was okay. I don't think it was as good as people were really hyping it up to be. But there was just these meta weapons every season that they just never touched. And honestly, that's kind of where I think the whole loadout system is flawed in that sense, where everybody can run an overpowered gun, and depending on where you're fucking sitting at, if you're on a building that's 1,500 feet off the ground, you're going to be able to melt anybody with a Bruin from almost any distance and pretty much hit your mark every time. And with Blackout, they added a system where you loot a chest, you'll get a gun, you'll get the ammo, you might get attachment for the weapon, or you might get no attachments, or you might get like a perk. I think with Blackout and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or not Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Blackout and Warzone, where I think they went wrong is, I think what they need is a pre-game lobby for Warzone where you're basically able to deck out every gun with all attachments. You're not able to make a class. You're just able to make your guns, perfect the way you want it. And then when you drop in, it's supposed to be a battle royale, so it's supposed to be random. So when you get the gun, let's say you open up your first chest, you get an M4, and that M4 has all the attachments you already want, on it. That way you can just go run and gun with that gun. And then, the person that drops right next to you picks up an MP5. Obviously, as far as the beta, if he, you're going to be able to shred the guy with an M4 from distance, but if he gets up close to you, probably the MP5 is going to win. But it just adds that little bit of both from Warzone to Call of Duty Black Ops or Blackout, where it is a random loot pool, but yet you still get to kind of keep what you want to play with. And then, obviously I'm going to see in the comments, well, Mac, what about perks? Well, I mean, they could just, instead of, buying a loadout, obviously you can find perks as far as looting, but you should also be able to find perks, just buy perks. Simple as that from the buy station. And then on top of that, you can buy your armor, your ammo, whatever you need to start running and gunning. So you loot up like 5 chests, and I think you're good to go, and then you can just go start killing people. Whereas Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you got to go through all the superstore, kill everybody, run out to the buy station, if there even is one there, or you have to go to gas station, or there's not even one there, and then you got to go to storage town to get your loadout, and by that time, everybody else on the map that's still alive has their loadout, even probably the people at storage, which puts you at an unfair advantage. And I don't want to talk about it as unfair advantage. Obviously, it is a battle royale, but the whole looting sense of Fortnite, you find the gray, the blue, the gold, the purple guns, and obviously the higher rarity of colors for that weapon, or the accuracy is going to be better, the damage and all that. I think honestly that's kind of where Fortnite went a little wrong, and I think they could have dialed it back to maybe blue, purple, and gold, and just got rid of gray and green, common and uncommon. I think Fortnite would have played a lot better that way as well. And honestly, I think with this system, I think Warzone as a whole, where you just are able to loot 6 chests and just start running and gunning and killing people, I think a lot more people would have more fun with that. And then, occasionally, you might loot 10 chests to try to get a UAV right off the bat. The simple fact that you have to, you can get a loadout in Warzone and run with a meta weapon right off the rip is stupid in my opinion. If there is a meta weapon in in this next coming Warzone, or a few meta weapons, I'm okay if somebody finds that meta weapon and uses it, but at least you're not going to be running into 50 of them. You're probably going to be running into maybe 1 to 5 of the people running a meta weapon in Black Ops Cold War Warzone. So I think that is definitely a good solution to the problem, and I think it also will make it so Treyarch has to balance weapons better for Warzone and for multiplayer as a whole if they do a system like this. But let me know, all that in the comments down below. I'll get to that a little later. Now, my third point, I did touch on it a little bit, talking about the loadouts and everything, or having no loadouts to buy in this next coming Warzone. But the buy stations, obviously we can have the kill streaks, we can have the armor plates, the ammo, and then on top of that, I think, yeah, you should just be able to buy whatever perks you want. Now, I think you can make it so the perks are a little expensive, so when somebody's, running through the map, you have to decide, hey, do you want to survive from explosives, even though Flak Jacket never worked in the beta, or do you want to be a little quieter and just have Ninja on? Those are definitely 2 options that they could go as far as perks in Warzone. I hope if they do a system like they did in Blackout, like I said, if they do that system, hopefully every chest you open up has a perk, or perks are just simply cheap, cheap to buy, and you can just get the perks you want, but you have to risk running to a buy station to get them. And I think that is the trade-off, I think, where Blackout and Warzone kind of needs. Now into my next point, end circles. Guys, end circles in Call of Duty Modern Warfare are honestly so stupid, especially with the size of the buildings in Modern Warfare. That's kind of why I like Blackout a little better. Now, even Blackout messed up their end circles, and I think they eventually went to, moving the circles like Fortnite did. Honestly, with Fortnite, it was a good like thing to do that, but at least with Fortnite, if the end circle was put on top of a hill, you could at least build up there. With Modern Warfare, you can't even fucking climb up half these hills in Warzone. And with Blackout, they kind of smoothed out the ground throughout the whole Warzone map. And honestly, I think that's where Modern Warfare kind of messed up with like Dam, or the corner of the map, corner right side of the map of Quarry, where there was seriously only one way to get on top if you weren't already camping on the hill. Hopefully, we don't see none of that shit in this next big Warzone update. Hopefully, it's all flat. Everyone can get to a certain spot. Hopefully, the end circles never end up being on top of a building. Every end circle should be in the open. Every end circle. Get these campers out of here. Get them out. I don't want them. So, guys, we're about 20 minutes into the video. Obviously, I had to cut some shit and all that. Those are my main points for Warzone as a whole. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about my opinions. Honestly, it is my opinion. I won't be heartbroken if they kind of keep the tradition for Warzone, how Call of Duty Modern Warfare Infinity Ward had it set up. But hopefully they do a little bit of changes. Hopefully we don't see huge buildings. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone is the huge buildings. Get rid of them. I'm so sick of people camping on top of train station and all these other buildings, waiting out the storm, and then I'm rolling in, and I just can't. You just don't have a shot with them. But that's enough ranting for me, guys. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you guys aren't subscribed, it's free. I'd appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one.